Hello everyone, welcome to today's video, and today we're gonna go over 20 new characters I want to see in the Young Justice series. And I will be clear, this is just my personal opinion, so if you don't agree with me, that's fine, and there might be some spoiler in this video. So with that out of the way, let's get started. The first one is Connor Hawk. Now I'm gonna say I can see this happen in one or two ways. Either he and Diana have a child, or this version of Connor Hawk is like in the comic that Oliver Queen didn't know that he is his son, and before later on, and then try to be a father to him. That is one or two ways I can see. But Connor Hawk is a really great character. I like him really much, but I do think that if they're gonna use him, the one of those two ways I just described will be the only way to do it. So again, I'm really hoping to see him. I think they can put him great into the team. Maybe he can be a lead character, maybe. I doubt that. But I do think he could be a great character for Young Justice. Now I'm gonna say this, I do also think that there might be a bit of a problem because we have a good number of archers in the Young Justice already. So maybe he will, maybe he won't. Only time can tell. Coming up as number 19 is Dr. Psycho. Now I'm gonna say it, I'm not too big of a fan of Dr. Psycho, but I do think he can work as a good henchman for the light. Now I don't think he will have a big role. Maybe he will be villain of an episode. Maybe if the show is gonna have another character arcs in season 5, that he can maybe be working for one of the light members. Maybe. But I'm not gonna talk much about him because I'm not too fan of him. I do think he can work great as working for the light. I think I will like him more if that is the case, but I'm not too big on the character right now. The only reason I see him higher than Connor Hawk is because I think his power could be really cool to use in this show. A little bit like how Miss Martian do it, but maybe not as strong. Coming up as number 18 is Dr. Light. Now, again, I don't think Dr. Light will have a big role either. I think if the show is gonna be character arc driven, like season 4, then he might be the main villain of one of the arcs. But if not, I'm not seeing him having too big a role. Maybe again he's working for the light, and I'm not really sure what they want to do with him. I don't think he has some sort of vendetta against Young Justice, but maybe he has, maybe he hasn't, but that will be too much similar like he has with the Titans in the comic and in the show Titans. So again, I'm not too sure what they will do with it. I like the character, I hope they find something big for him to do, but I'm not sure. Coming up as number 17 is Yolanda Montes, aka Wildcat, the second Wildcat. Now, if I didn't pronounce her name right, then I'm sorry. I'm not that well on pronouncing names, so take that as you will. But the reason why I want her on Young Justice is because I think she will shoot well. I've seen her in Stargirl. I think she was pretty great character. Now, I'm not saying she should be a main lead, but have her being somehow in the team, in the outsider, or in any other type of group, and she can be well. You don't have to introduce her as a hero right away either. Maybe just have her be a girl who knows Courtney, because we know that Courtney, aka Stargirl, is member of the Outsiders, so maybe she can be a hero later on in another season. Maybe. And so, who knows? But please introduce her I'm hoping for her. Coming up as number 16 is Nergal. Now, I'm not sure if he's gonna fit in the Young Justice universe, especially since we haven't seen anything to Constantine other than Satana. So if he's gonna show up, then I think Constantine should be there as well. But seeing Nergal in the Young Justice universe will be awesome. He's one of the best Constantine villains. I think having him as an antagonist for Satana could be great. I not think they're gonna introduce original sin storyline, but I would like them to do it, but I don't think they will. So if he's gonna show up, there will probably be a complete original story for him. So, and I'm not quite sure what they're gonna do with him. But again, I'm just gonna say, I love his design, I love he's a badass, I like this demon, and I hope to see him in Young Justice. Number 15 is Richard Tyler, aka Our Man. Now, I'm gonna say it right away, I'm not a big fan of Our Man, a superhero who only can be a hero for an hour. But again, I do believe that introducing could be a clever move. Having a hero that can only fight the villain for an hour could make him be one of the more desperate heroes who really have to do everything they can to finish off quickly. That is something I could really like to see. I'm not quite sure how he will fit in. I doubt he will get a major role, but a guy can hope to see something new and interesting. I've seen the character in the Stargirl show, and he is awesome there. So if they can make him awesome there, I think they can make him great in Young Justice. Again, I'm not saying you should introduce all the characters from Stargirl to Young Justice, but seeing at least one or two of them showing up, maybe three, then that will be great. Coming up as number 14 is Nero. Now, I'm gonna say it. Again, Nero is another character that I'm for, and I'm really questionable about it. I see him in The Legend of Tomorrow, and I didn't like the character there. But I have seen some of him in the comic, and I feel like he's okay of a character. Not super good, not super bad either. And seeing him being introduced in Young Justice could be great. I would like to see how the Young Justice team deal with him, how the writers deal with him, and to be honest, I just want to see a magical villain other than Clarion. So that is the most reason why I'm adding him to this list. What makes him come this high is because of how big of a threat he can be. I don't think he's gonna be a Lord of Chaos, but have him be a real powerful magician, even someone that can give Clarion a run for his money, would be great. Coming up as number 13 is the Queen of Fable. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm not too well known with this character. I read a little bit about her in the comics. I saw her in the Harley Quinn show. I believe if you make this some dimension demon or something, that it could work well. I don't think she should be the main villain, but I wouldn't mind it either, as long as they use the character right. Now, if this next season is going to be character arcs, then seeing her as maybe the villain of maybe another Satan arc could be awesome, but who knows? But it will be great to see Queen of Fable in the Young Justice universe, because I think her character can do a lot there. Maybe she could be part of the light. Who knows? Probably not, but it is a possibility. Now again, I gotta say I only added her mostly because I liked her character in the Harley Quinn show, and that is one of the biggest reasons why I added her to this list. It also helped me put her this high, because if they can get maybe not all of her cursing, but her ruthlessness and belief to wipe out the entire family line and that kind of thing into this show, then you'll have a sinister and a pure evil villain. A little bit back about Clarion, but still different. Coming up as number 12 is John Diggle. Now, I imagine that his role in Young Justice will be much different from what he will have as a role in Arrow. In Young Justice, I can see him being more of a mercenary, maybe a soldier, one of those two things. So I don't think he's gonna have a big role, but I just want to see John Diggle in Young Justice, seeing him maybe meet Artemis and Oliver Queen for the first time. That could be pretty awesome. Maybe he end up fighting Green Arrow in the start and then team up with him. Maybe fight Tigress and then team up with her. Who knows? But this is just some wishful thinking. I really are hoping John Diggle is one of my favorite characters in the Arrow show, and I think he's pretty great in the comics as well. And that is the true reason why I added him this high. So John Diggle in Young Justice, I'm hoping. Coming up as number 11 is Reverse Flash, aka Ebert Vaughn. Now, I'm not quite sure what to do with him. He will be a great member to the Light, and he will be great as a, let's say, a villain that is opposed to the Light, or I don't think he's a villain that would serve the Light, to say it right. Either he's part of them, like one of the leaders, or he's one that is against them, but still try to, of course, kill the Flash and other speedster. But I'm not quite sure what his role with the Light will be. Almost every villain has something to do with the Light, so I honestly believe that he will too. So whatever that will be, it will be awesome to see. But seeing him going up against current Kid Flash, Bart Allen, would be great. Maybe it's Wally West, I said it before. I think Wally West might return in a future season. Seeing him going up against Wally West, if he returns, would be awesome. But let's say he go up against Barry Allen and Kid Flash for now. That would be pretty awesome. Again, either he has a big role, because that is obvious. I don't think you introduce Reverse Flash and giving a small role, so I think he will have a big role if he show up. Seeing him would make the show great, because he is a great character. The show is already great, but it will make the next season better, in my opinion. I think Reverse Flash deserves to be on this show. I hope he's coming. I can't wait to see what they will do with him. Coming up as number 10 is Jesse Quick. Now, this is a character I really want to see in Young Justice, because I think her character will fit the Young Justice team well, and even if she doesn't join the team, she can join the outsider. So I really believe that if you introduce her as a kid, maybe having her maybe a little bit older than Bart, I don't know, either that or around his age, then that can be pretty awesome. I would really like to see what the writers and creators do with this character. I would really like to see what kind of villains he will face off. I don't think she will get a major role, even though I'm hoping for it, but I do believe that she will fit the Young Justice universe perfectly. Coming up as number 9 is Nicholas Nolan. Now, this character only will fit this universe perfectly. I'm gonna say it again, perfectly, if John Constantine show up as well. But with the fact that we have Satana in this universe, does mean that this character can fit great either way. I think his character will be better if Constantine show up, but I think it will be pretty good even with just Satana. Seeing him in this universe will be pretty awesome. He's really a great and powerful magic user. Seeing him go up against Satana, maybe best a few times, could be great. No, I don't think he should be on level with Clary and the Witch Boy. I don't think he should be that powerful, but having him being more powerful than Satana could put him on a greater level. Maybe he is working for the light on some magical side. Who knows? That could be pretty great. Now, again, if John Constantine show up, I do believe that a clash between those two will happen, and with Satana's help, I think the heroes can beat him, or her and Constantine can beat him. But even if Constantine doesn't show up in Young Justice, having him in Young Justice going up against Satana will be awesome. Coming up as number 8 is Trigon. Now, seeing Trigon in Young Justice mean that he may be a villain, that maybe he is the main villain, or maybe he's just having some one episode or something. He's the kind of villain that will be almost like a godlike level. He he is a godlike level. I don't think the hero will be able to beat him if he just a one episode villain, but they will be able to keep him trapped in his dimension. That could actually work great. Instead of him being released and being the main villain, having him being the villain of one episode, the hero managed to prevent his escape by outsmarting him, by using their magic on a more better level. Who knows? But that is the way I can see him. I really think that Trigon is one of the best DC villains. I'm not sure if he is on a top 10 list, but maybe a top 20 or a top 15. I really like this character, and I will really like for him to show up maybe one episode in Young Justice, or maybe even as a main villain of season 5. Who knows? Coming up as number 7 is Oswald Cobblepath, aka the Penguin. Now, this is a character I wanted to see in Young Justice for some time, and I can already say that this is a character that I know for a fact would not be serving the light. I could see him, if this next season is going to be story arcs as well, that he may be the main villain of maybe a Robin arc or maybe a Nightwing arc. Who knows? I could see him being the main villain of that type of arc, but I could also see him playing a minor role, not directly being a big villain, maybe just a villain that the heroes sometimes have to confront on to get information. That could work really well. That's the kind of character Penguin is. Sometimes the hero have to go to him for information. Batman has done that before, so that is something that could work really well with his character, and it could fit the Young Justice universe great. Coming up as number 6 is Malcolm Merlyn. Now, if you know me, I'm a big fan of Green Arrow. I love the Arrow show, and I thought Malcolm Merlyn was the perfect villain to start the show off with. And I can see him being the main villain of Tiger's arc if story arcs or character arcs return. So I could see him being the main villain, serving the League of Shadows. Again, there might not be that he may be serving more directly to the light, like how Sportsmaster was. that could be working great as well. But seeing Malcolm Merlyn is one of the characters I really want to see. Seeing him go up against Green Arrow and some of Green Arrow's sidekicks. That is something I have wanted to see for at least season 3. So seeing Malcolm Merlyn going up against Artemis or Tigress and Green Arrow, maybe Red Arrow as well, is something I'm really wishing for. Please let it happen. And now we have finally reached my top 5, and how better to start this with John Constantine. If you have watched this video this far, you will know I have talked a lot about Constantine with some other characters, and that is because Constantine is one of the characters I want the most. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. I really like the character. I want to see the character that is willing to do everything that takes for the greater good, but not directly being a straight out villain. That is the kind of character I want to see. The kind of character that sometimes has a romance with Satana, but always screws it up. That type of character that is willing to do a little bit of messy things in order to serve the greater good. But again, not straight up killing people either. That is the John Constantine I want to see. The John Constantine that is feared by demons, or maybe he isn't feared by demons, but he's known about the demons. The calm artist, the 1-2 John Constantine. I'm gonna say it right now. I am a big fan of John Constantine. Coming up as number 4 is Miyoung. Now I want to see more Arrow character in Young Justice, or Green Arrow character in Young Justice, and this one I can see being a part of the team. Maybe Tigress, aka Artemis, take her under her wing and train her personally. That is actually something I really want to see. See Mia being trained by Artemis as well, maybe a little bit about Olga as well, but most Artemis Croc, aka Tigress. Seeing that type of mentorship is one of the things I really want to see, because we have already seen the mentors of the main characters already who have done the job. Now we can see their character doing the same with new characters, and they actually have done that a little bit already, but I want to see it even more. And Miyoung then is a character I really like. Having her being a great member of the team could really be great. I don't want to take up the fact that she has AIDS in the show, that she doesn't have it in the show. Take that part away, because maybe that part is a little bit too dark. But having her being in the show, having her being a badass, having Almas as a mentor, I'm really begging for it. Coming up as number 3 is Eclipsa. Now, having Eclipsa join Young Justice could be awesome. He is pure evil. Having him show up as maybe, I don't think he either will be a Lord of Chaos. For all I know he can be, but I don't think they're gonna introduce him as a Lord of Chaos. Cause if you're gonna have 2 Lords of Chaos like you had in season 5, then you most likely need to have 2 Lords of Order. I don't see that happening. But having him being a magic user so powerful that he can give both Clarion and Dr. Fate some hard time would be awesome. Again, for all I know, is this season gonna be magic based? He could be the main villain. If it's not gonna be magic based, then maybe having him in maybe 1 to 3 episodes, Maybe I'm just hoping to see Eclipsa in this show, because again, I love the magic in the show. So having a bit more character like Eclipsa wouldn't hurt in my opinion. He could be an enormous threat to the team, to the outsider, and to the Justice League. So having him in the show put a new level of threat in the show. Coming up as number 2 is Raven. Now, I'm gonna say it right now. I do believe Raven showing up in Young Justice could be one of the best things that could happen. She's a great magic user. She's a great character. I do believe that if Beast Boy can get back with his girlfriend in Young Justice, the princess, then I can see from a relationship with Raven could be great. They had some sort of relationship in the comics, but I not remember much of it. I think it was a relationship, but seeing that in Young Justice could be great. Raven is a great magical user, and the fact that she's a character that always struggle with in the darkness could put up some interesting storytelling. I really want to see what the writers would do if they could use her. I'm really hoping that they can use this character. I'm hoping she can confront her father, and to be honest, I just hope we get to see her. She's a great character. She deserves to be in the show. I really want to see what they can do with her. Now coming up as number 1 is Starfire. Now I want to see Starfire in Young Justice for a long time. Actually, I wanted to see her since season 3 as well. So seeing her joining Young Justice would be great. Having her being in the team is what I want to. Then I want to see a love triangle with Dick, Barbara, and Starfire. Maybe Starfire having a big of a crush on Dick, and Dick have to choose between Barbara and Corey. Of course, I do believe he will choose Barbara, but if they break up, I can see Corey being a great character for him to be with. I always liked her in the comics. I liked her in the animated show. I liked her in Titans and in the movies. So I really feel like Starfire can be a great character to this list. Or to the show, I mean. I really want to see her. I want to see what the writer will do with her. And I think she can work extremely well. Seeing her in Young Justice will bring a new charm to the show. A character that has a really great heart, and maybe be more of a moral side to the characters, like Superboy is sometimes. That is really what I want to see from this character. And that's it for this video. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.